what's going on, Stop Flippers? We are just now getting this thing started. We're gonna start at the very, very beginning. With me, I have the man, the legend that I was talking about earlier, co-founder of Stop Flipping, also co-author of Stop Flipping, Stop Renting, Seller Finance Your Way to Freedom, Financial Freedom. We've got Eric Sangerhausen here. We're going to start at the very, very beginning. We're trying to buy a house, right? We gotta find a house that we're gonna own or finance out. First place we're gonna start. Now, there's a lot of ways to do this, but the first place is with MLS. And I'm not a realtor. I have no access to MLS, and you need a realtor to have that. Eric's actually a broker. He's got access to MLS, so we're gonna start things off. Eric, tell us a little bit about MLS, what it is, how we use it, what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. So the MLS is a place where all the realtors list their properties for sale in the different areas. So like we're gonna be looking at SABOR, which is San Antonio Board of Realtors. It's gonna have all the realtors that are listing houses in San Antonio. They're going to be on this software, this system webpage. So we can actually go in here, set the parameters we want, press search. We can even do it by different areas. You know, we can do a map and really zero in. We can do beds, baths, square footage. We can really get detailed, or we can leave it pretty broad. I like to leave it broad. You know, I'll just put a price point in there, like let's say 60 to 100,000, and then just start going through them. You know, because sometimes the square footage is wrong, sometimes the bedrooms are wrong, etc., etc.
Gotcha. So now also tell me this, if I don't have an Eric sitting next to me at the table, how do I find a realtor that's got access to MLS?
Like in San Antonio, there's 8,000 realtors, if not more. So it's not hard to find one. What's hard is to find one that's willing to help you, because most realtors want to just, sell houses, or they just want to list a house. They're not going to want to sit down and go over this with you. But the cool thing about this software is you can actually set up a search. So you can get with the realtor, find a realtor, tell them that you're a new investor, and say, hey, could you set up a search and email me $80,000 to $100,000 properties? And they can go in here, set up an automated system, and it just every day it sends you all the new properties. And that should be very simple.
That's perfect. So we just got to call and ask around. That's what I'm getting from it. We got to call realtors. We got to find out if they can help, if they're willing to help, sit down with us and do all that stuff. So, and speaking of parameters, so we're looking for our first house. We're in San Antonio. Every market's different, right? I'm like, yeah, so every market's different. But here in San Antonio, what exactly are we looking for?
For the owner finance niche, which is what what our business model is built on, we like to look in the $50,000 to $100,000 range.
Gotcha.
Any lower than that, and you kind of get into some war zones,
some sketchy stuff.
Any higher than that, and you price yourself out of the owner finance market because you have to offer such a low interest rate that our note buyers, at least, don't want to buy them. So for our niche, for our business model, we're 50 to 100,000 on the purchase side, and then we're 80 to 120 on the sell side.
Gotcha. Cool. So we're looking 50 to 100. That's the first thing. Bedrooms, bathrooms.
Obviously 3 bedrooms are easier to sell, but if you just try in our market, if you just try to find 3-bedroom houses, it's a tough road because you're competing with a lot of other people. So we'll do 2-1s, or a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 900 square foot is about as small as we go.
Gotcha. God, 900 square. Okay, that's a lot. But
yeah, but that's the South Side San Antonio, pier and beam, 2-1, built in the 40s and 50s. Original wood floors. That's the breadwinner right there. Those things sell like hotcakes. We're in the MLS. We're gonna go to search. We're gonna go to single residential, new, active, back on market, price change. These are just all the different statuses. Like you don't want to pull up sold properties because that doesn't do you any good. So you just want properties that are actively for sale. Area I skip unless I'm really trying to narrow down like a specific area. But usually what I'll do is I'll come down here to the map search and then zoom out to get San Antonio. So we buy houses in this area, this area, this area, and that area. We stay out of this area, and this is too high. This is too much money for us. So what I'll do is come in here.
So let me ask you, how did you figure out that this was
Just,
an area that you wanted to be in?
Whenever we first started, we were buying all over, and it's just something that you learn over time. I mean, asking around, buying a house that it took longer to sell. We found that houses in this area tend to sit longer, or they don't attract the right buyer. And then over here, we just couldn't buy them at the right price.
Yeah, knowing what I know about San Antonio, that Alamo Heights, Terrell Hills area, I mean, I think the median home price is $400,000, or something. That living in San Antonio for a while, it's kind of hard to get those in that market we're looking for.
So then the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to I'm going to start off at 40,000, and I'm only going to go to about 80,000, and that'll find us the house that we're looking for. I know I was saying 50 to 100, but
let's hedge your bet a little bit.
Yeah, 40 to 80 is probably a little better, so that's where we're going to want to be. You're built, I don't care about bedrooms, in that price range, you're most likely going to pull 2 bedrooms. You're not going to pull a 1 bedroom, so I'm okay with that. I'm not going to put in baths. I'm not going to put in half baths. I don't care about the address, the MLS numbers, or I'm not pulling sold. So all months, if you were pulling like sold comps, you would want to sold properties. You'd want to do this and show how many months.
But we might look at that later to help us price it when we're done.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So that's about it. Click view results, and there should be probably about there you go, about 55 houses that meet that criteria. And the next thing is the fun part.
Let's get started.
Clicking on them and going from house to house. Now I've been doing this a long time, so I mean I've bought, rehabbed, and sold over 500 houses, and you do this every day for 7 years, and you just kind of get an idea. I can skim through these pretty quickly, so I'm going to try to force myself.
Oh no, that's what I'm here for. Don't worry.
Slow down.
My job's to slow. My job's to make sure I understand this, and so I'm way behind the curve on this one.
I can go through all this. Every MLS system is going to be different, but I'll touch on some of the basics. You've got the address, the status. What else would be important? The like the subdivision, like where it's located at. Another thing that I'll do. Where's it at? There we go. Is I'll pull that up, and that way I can kind of see what area is in. Because if it's like right in here, and they want 90,000 for it, it's a waste of time. I don't care what the house looks like. So I can kind of see what area it's in, because I know what houses sell for in these areas and what the price is. Here's the list price. Here's the square footage. It's 720 square foot. It was built in 1969. How many bedrooms? How many baths? This right here will give you the room dimensions. You've got the taxes. You've got just the commission and information about who's listing it. And then obviously the agent remarks, which talks about the property.
And there it is. Great investment. So they already know it's an investment property.
Exactly. Then you've got days on market. Now, days on market is pretty important, because if it's 1 day on the market, it's highly unlikely that they're going to want to negotiate with you big time. It does happen, but usually 1 day on the market, they're expecting full price. If this was like 365 days on the market, you've got some leverage there to play with. So, excuse me. And then you've got price per square foot. And that matters. If you know this area is $100 a square foot area, and it's at 60, and it's going to cost 40,000 to rehab it, which may put your price per square foot at like 80 or 90, and it's probably not going to make any money. So the next thing I do is I'll just kind of skim through the pictures. I mean, you can see by the first picture that obviously you're going to need some outside paint, unless you like purple, faded purple.
It's beautiful.
Back has needs some repairs. We got a little pink storage building.
Now, do the storage buildings help, hurt? Do we know?
Anything like storage buildings or mother-in-law suites in our area are really big. If you can find like a little mother-in-law apartment
one that's
back,
finished, it's not just a place to put your lawnmower.
Yeah. That's a kitchen. That obviously needs to be gutted. It's got ceramic tile, so that's not that bad. The outside is going to definitely need some paint, some trim work. It's got bars on the windows, which probably tells me it's not in the best area. Hard to tell what the roof looks like. So that's not a bad one. At $40,000, I would probably go over here, click that little button, and that just kind of marks it. So once we get through all 55 of them, we're going to click everyone that we like, and then we can actually come over here, we can print it, and then we can map it. And so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to keep going. If you have any questions on these, just start asking Colin.
No, I'm following you so far. So the first house, $40,000, not too bad. Same kind of location with this one.
Yeah, this one is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 768 square foot for $45,000. I don't like this one. I'm going to skip right past it because it has absolutely zero curb appeal. It looks like a shed. So
hold on, burn through the rest of the pictures for me though to make sure that they didn't. Because I mean, when they put, oh yeah, okay, you're right.
I mean, there's just absolutely no curb appeal to that thing. I mean, it's just a square. You know, you can come in here and put a big covered deal, but we found that houses like this that aren't a traditional house they just don't sell. You know, it's just experience. I'll skip right past that one.
All right, so we're looking for houses that look like houses.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a good idea. I like that. We'll keep that in mind.
This one, right out the gate, 688 square foot. It's too small. We're going to move on.
All right, next house.
It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath at 688 square feet.
So each bedroom's 4 square feet.
Yeah.
And a living room and a kitchen.
Yeah, gotcha. I'm not sure how you get 3
Be a little hard to sell that one, exactly. I can get you. If you got 3 kids.
I'm not sure how you get 3 bedrooms in that. You know what? Let's just look at it and find out how they did it. I mean, that's like a shed with an add-on. I mean, that's just funky.
Exactly,
do you see
yeah.
how funky that is? There's just no curb appeal.
Next song.
Yeah.
I'm with you. That one looks torn up on the inside.
Next one, again, kind of quirky. Looks like a shed. It's 1,200 square foot.
Rustic,
yeah.
It's rustic. I like this.
I would say no, but I'm going to entertain you and just go through. I mean, you can just see, like, it just looks funky, right? It's just not traditional, what a traditional house should look like.
The inside's not too bad, though.
The inside's not that bad so far. That's an add-on. That's an add-on. You can see how small that roof is. If you look, I mean, that roof line is right above the mirror. So that's probably like a 5.5, 6 foot, 6.5 foot roof, or ceiling rather, which is.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is experience, because I can tell you right now, me looking at that, I never would have noticed that. But it makes sense because I'm bumping my head trying to brush my teeth.
Yeah, this is not going to work. I actually bought a house, and I didn't go inside it all the way because I couldn't get access to it. And it was the lowest ceiling. I think the entire house was like a 6.5 foot ceiling. So when you would walk through the doors, you had a duck, you know, and I was in that house for over a year.
And it's a very specialized market for very little people. Yeah.
But you can see there, look, that's the top of the
standard door probably.
Yeah. So that ceiling is real low.
I'm with you. Next song. Our first one, we can't start with problems here. No, we got to find something a little bit cleaner.
West Travis Street, I know that area. It's hit and miss. It's a big house, but it's kind of funky. But we can look at it. It's not undoable. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,200 square foot. Been on the market 23 days. It's hard to find houses in the 40s, so we're gonna run through these pictures real quick. And that's all they gave us. So that one, it's probably worth a drive-by at least. We may not get out and look at it, but it's at least worth us driving by it. Next one. That's supposedly supposed to keep insects off the trees, I think, or rodents or something.
Okay. So possible rodents.
I think it's insects. I don't remember. Someone told me one time, and I was like, really? You just paint the bottom of your tree? Look, they're all painted, see? Squirrels, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 850 square foot. I mean, it's kind of quirky. It's trashy. I don't even see where the door's at. Driveway.
Is that the back of the house? Yeah, so exterior back. It looks like a lot of
wood
water
rot.
damage, yeah.
I mean, this thing is just.
I mean, how scared are you? Like, go back to that picture for me.
Yeah.
Keep backing up. One more time. Like, right up here. How much does something like this scare you? Because when I first look at that, that looks like either a bunch of dead leaves or just from the photo, like it's got a little wood rot. When you see something like that, do you balk? I mean, especially right below that, we got some blackening.
Yeah.
Is that something freaks you out?
What you got there is that's that expanding foam, if I had to guess. That stuff that you get in a can and you spray it and it fills in holes. So obviously they didn't
hired a contractor.
They didn't have like the metal sheathing that goes right there that keeps the water. off the house, like off that part of the house, because they added this on. And so most likely the water just kind of just runs like that. And it did that for however many years. And it's not that big of a deal if I can buy it right. It's fixable.
It's just rafters and.
Yeah, it just depends on how bad it is. It's hard to tell in a picture.
So we might need to go look at it.
Yeah, it may need to be looked at. Let's see what the inside.
So don't just balk at it. Just
in the beginning, try to look at everything, and then that way what you're seeing on the pictures. And there's times where I passed up a house because I thought it looked like crap on this thing, and my business partner ended up buying it, and it was a badass house, and it was just something that, what I saw and what he saw were two different things. So I always try to get out there and look at them if they're even remotely close. It takes 2 minutes to open up a door in a house and go, yeah, I was way off.
Right.
What was I thinking?
Look at that tire. Yeah,
that's the couch. That's IKEA.
Well, for gaming purposes, like you're up close, it looks comfortable. Oh, IKEA. It's a good one. Goodyear.
Oh yeah, Goodyear. Yes, that's typical, kind of quirky. Bathroom's gonna have to be gutted. You can see mold and water damage. That's disgusting. But you can redo a bathroom for about $2,500. We just use the one-piece tub surrounds. It's not that big of a deal. I like the cheetah.
It's classic.
So if I had to guess, that's probably a $20,000 rehab. Just from looking at it. So is that 48 on the market 111 days? Now here's something to look at. See, it says 12 and 111. So this realtor has had it for 12 days, but it's been in the MLS for 111. So they burned through one realtor already, and now they got another realtor listing it. So
wait, go back real quick. Mm-hmm. Tell me the difference between DOM and CDOM. Days on market,
collective days on market.
Gotcha.
I think that's what it stands for, collective or continuous. You see, it says back on market. Now, back on market means that someone put it under contract and then said, I made a mistake. I'm not buying this house. So $48,000.
So is that a sniff test right there? Like probably another investor got a hold of it, got his inspector in there or walked the property and said.
But that's good for us because it's $48,000. It's back on the market and it's been out there, almost 4 months. So they might be motivated sellers. So it may be one that, that we
put a check
can get cheap. San Fernando. I've already seen this house. It's only 498 square feet, so we're going to pass that. 1,224 square feet, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 49 grand. Been on the market 76 days. Sold as is. Won't last long. Motivated seller, bring all offers. Let's see. So this is a traditional house. You see, it's got the little deal, got the covered porch.
Yeah.
That's what a house is supposed to look like, minus all
the vegetation.
But that's easy to fix. Now you can look at this roof. See how it has a little bit of a lull in it like that? That's either going to be from the camera, or if it's really like that, it probably has some foundation problems, or the roof is just sagging because it wasn't done right. That's a rough looking house. I probably wouldn't even look at it. Just from, like if you look back here, you see that? Like, I don't know what that is, if that's attached to, if that's the neighbor's house, but that's just not a neighborhood that we're wanting to be in. So I would skip that one. Avondale. Avondale's a good area. We buy a lot of houses over there.
It looks like a house.
But it is a 1-bedroom, 1 bath. Now, again, sometimes you don't trust this. Some of these realtors never even go to the house. Or there may be a room that you can add a closet to and make it a 2-bedroom. So we still want to kind of take a look at the pictures, but I can tell you, looking at that one right there with the roof, you see how the house kind of caves in right there a little bit.
Monster house, like it's got. Yeah.
So that is, it's going to definitely need some foundation work. And anytime they don't take pictures of the inside, there's probably a good reason for that. I like Avondale. I like the area. Also occupancy. See right here, it says occupancy vacant. So if it's a house that I'm kind of borderline with and it's vacant, I'll go ahead and check it because it'll be easy to get in and out of. If it's occupied, you may not want to mess with it because then you got to call CSS, which is a showing service. You got to set that up with the owner, et cetera, and it can be a big pain. So here's a nice little house. This is a square one, like we were talking about, like the other one, but it's got this little add-on, which is what I was saying you could do on the other house if you wanted to give it somewhat of a curb appeal. But I like how it's nice.
Got some grass. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, wow, they watered.
They probably take care of their house. Been on the market 131 days, 3-bedroom, 1 bath. It's a little small. Remember, 900 square foot is about our minimum. But if it's got a big lot, or if it's really nice on the inside,
I mean, it is. What is that? A corner lot?
Yeah. And there's no inside.
Dude, I like that one. That one looks like it's got some potential. Check that one for me.
Check that one, rookie. So this is like downtown San Antonio. It's hit and miss over here. 1,000 square foot. Been 2 days on the market. 55 grand.
Got a cool porch. That's some curb appeal.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Teal. I love teal.
Look at that.
There we go. There we go.
It's your turn to do dishes. Oh my gosh. Look at the water damage and stuff in there. That's like a home.
Glad to see they bathe frequently.
Yeah, that's gnarly.
So that's pretty gnarly. So the $55,000 they're asking for this is literally for the exterior of the house.
Yeah, we're going to pass on that one. Let's see here. Hicks. I love Hicks. Hicks is a great area. Southeast side, 2-1, 900 square foot, 64 days on market, $55K. Nice curb appeal-ish. Actually has a garage. That's a little funky. They added that on. You can see they added that whole back part on. And most of these people that add these on don't add them on right.
You get your cousin, they come over, you spend the weekend doing it. Yeah.
I like that area, and you can always remove that stuff. So I'm going to check it so we can go look at it anyways. Let's see. 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,440 square foot. I like this. Been on the market 300 days.
But is that the front of the house?
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, it's got the little entry right there. It just needs, people like to park in their front yards. That's not bad. Nice yard. Ceramic tile.
Got some ballers in this house.
Oh, yeah.
Need extra ones.
I like that. Playing a game of horse. Discount off the house. But I like that house. We're gonna take a look at that. San Horacio just sold a house on that street. 1,000 square foot, 3-bedroom, 1 bath. It's a little quirky. Looks like a little barn. I really don't like it. I'm gonna nix it.
Yeah, the entryways.
And also, this is your first deal, Colin. So the last thing I want you to do is get into a big rehab project. I mean, on your first deal, try to make it as easy as you can. 2-1, 744 square foot, 173 days on the market. Great area, and I started home was level. That's nice. Always read these too. I haven't been doing it because we're trying to go through these quickly, but it's something that I always do. Because you never know what it's going to say down here. Like this. Was leveled, new windows, flooring painting, shows good. Still needs AC. Seller is...
Wait, what does was level mean? The past tense is making... No, when we built the house, I swear it was level. Now it's... it's listing a little bit, but we're all right.
In 1952, it was level. Still need AC. Seller is firm. I always take that with a grain of salt because, they put these comments in whenever they list it. So, 173 days ago, the seller was firm. Who knows what's going on now.
But the seller will carry a note.
Yep.
For what, half down?
20 to 30,000 down at 5% for 10 years. So, about half down. So, it may be one for us to go in there and snag with cash. That's a little kitchen. That's going to be hard to work with. Kitchens and bathrooms sell. That's hard.
Yeah, I've heard that before. HGTV. I think that's where I heard it.
I mean, that's going to be tough. I'd have to look at it to see if you can blow out a wall.
I mean, it looks clean.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But is it vacant too?
Definitely worth a look. It is vacant.
There you go.
We'll put a check mark on that one. I don't like this one. I know this area, Sky Harbor. Stay away from it. That's just experience. So we're going to move past that.
Take your word for it.
That one looks like a shack. We're going to move past that one. Another shack. They're at 61,000 at 624 square foot. They're almost at $100 a square foot, and it looks like that. No, thank you. That's a nice house. Looks like a house. 900 square foot, 3-1. Let's see here. 65,000 with 7,000 down, 9% interest rate. So they're trying to underfinance it. Investor special. Tenant would like to continue. So it's got a tenant in it, which it's very difficult to show these, to get inside of it. Typically, I'll do a drive-by and just kind of put a number on it. And if we're anywhere close, then I'll schedule to get inside it. So we'll check that one because I like that area. Seven Seas, Sky Harbor again. I do not go over there. That's a war zone. That looks like
I can honestly say I've never been to Sky Harbor. Now I'm a little scared.
It's not that. It's not that bad. I had a house over there, and they kept breaking into it and trying to burn it down. They would put like the stuff that the guys use for like the tile that I'm just totally drawing a blank on it, like the mortar. It's not mortar, but anyways, they would put that in the oven and turn the oven on and try to burn the house down. And we went and spent a bunch of money on cameras, and it was like a bunch of kids, like 10, 11, 12 years old, breaking into it.
I would have just unplugged the oven.
No. I'm sure they could have plugged it back in. 3-1, 900 square foot, 65 days on the market, 64 grand. Nice curb appeal.
Kind of a weird garage, the area carport thing.
It's got that siding on there. Back in the days, I think Sears went around and sold this siding. I do like the hardwood floors. We always try to find them with hardwood floors and refinish them. But that siding can cover up a lot of stuff. But all in all, it's not bad. It's worth taking a run at. So
We'll put a check
mark on it. Lawn Valley, 784 square foot. That is way too small for a $65,000 starting price. And it's been on the market 8 days, and they've already changed the price on it. But it's just quirky.
Corporate sponsorship.
No.
It's got to be good.
Let's see. San Manuel, 928 square foot, 3-1, 65 grand, 56 days on the market. It's rented. Again, we would probably just do a drive-by on it. But it's clean.
Kitchen, I was going to say, kitchen's not looking too bad. Now, that's a little scary. Wait, go back to that one for me?
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's just a little add-on. There's the outside. It's probably an enclosed porch. That's no big deal for the house that we're doing.
Right.
But I like it. It's got a good curb appeal. So
Put a check.
Check it. Halfway through. 1723 West Ashby, 3-1, 888 square foot, 65 grand, 93 days on the market. It has a tenant. So, like I said, tenants can be a good and bad thing. It can be a good thing because
Does the tenant know how to mow?
the seller's having a hard time selling it because the tenant's being uncooperative.
So, quick question. Like, this is freaking me out right here.
How's
Like,
it leaning?
everything is leaning to the right.
Foundation. Yeah, you're gonna have to get in there and level it, which it could be $2,500 to shim it, or it could be $10,000 to redo the whole thing.
There's somebody at my front door.
We need to get a sponsorship from Ring.
Every time that
This
thing goes
video
off.
is sponsored by Ring.
I know, there's somebody at my front door. Actually, it's 9:37, I can promise you. It's my wife bringing the kid home, or taking the kid to school.
Aldrich. How do you say that? 2-1, 1,200 square foot. Short sale. A short sale. You know what you're familiar with?
I've heard the term short sale before. It's something like, is it going to foreclosure or
They're
thinking about it?
It's going to foreclosure. They've reached out to the bank and said, hey, let us try to sell this. And the bank said, okay, list it. And that's what it is. So it's a proof short sale at $68,000. They may not negotiate. Most of the time they won't. But it's either that or it's going to get foreclosed.
the people in there are in default. It's
They're in
more than likely occupied.
Yes.
And the bank's trying to recoup the money so they don't have to go through the full foreclosure.
Exactly.
So if you think it's worth the $68,000, you're dealing directly with the bank. And does the tenant get to stay?
No.
No, tenant's got to go.
Yeah. I don't like it at that price. I'm on the fence. You know, I see days on market 22. They're probably not going to negotiate very much. Medina base. A lot of this stuff that I'm running through my head right now is just experience with buying in the areas. As a new investor, I would say probably go by and look at it. So let's just click it. I would probably nix it. Wholey, 3-1, 1,200 square foot, 47 days on the market. Approved price, $69,000. Approved short sale. Sold as is, no repairs. So here's another one. We got 2 in one day and back to back. Your special day. I like the wood floors.
I was just say, yeah. I like the wood floors. It looks clean. Looks happy.
We actually refinished those, and it looks really nice. Looks like they tried to open that up, and I don't see it. It doesn't look like they put a header up there, so may have to do something there. Black cabinets. It's dark.
Dude, because I love Harleys, man. I love Harleys.
Ride my Harley up to it. Yeah, so that's not a bad one. I'd go ahead and probably check that one out. North Calaveras. I actually have a rental property on that street. 580 square foot, 2-1. No, thank you. We'll pass.
$79,000. $69,000.
Saltillo. 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 960 square foot. Owner will carry the note. I actually know that guy. The problem is he doesn't fix them up and he doesn't really negotiate. He's trying to sell these as is for higher than what they're worth and owner finance it. And all you stop flippers out there, this is probably not the best way to do it unless you're going to owner finance it to an investor. We actually rehab our houses all the way and provide a good product to our home buyers. That way they're not stuck with it. We have a lot of houses that people refinance, and by offering them a product that's fixed up and that's clean, that will appraise, you offer them, or you give them the opportunity to refinance. Don't ever bury someone in an owner finance house. That's just not ethical. So I don't buy from this guy. Next. 1232 Leal Street, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 800 square foot, 29 days on the market. A cute cottage on a large lot.
I was thinking cute. It's got shutters. I guess is shutters qualified as a cottage? Even if the shutters don't fit.
It's got floating floors, wood floors. That's kind of funky right there. I don't know what that is.
It's an optical illusion.
No, you can see it here too. Maybe a step up. Yeah, maybe an optical illusion. But it's definitely there.
Whoa,
there.
Go back to
What
this.
happened? Sorry. I don't think you could use that. You're a big old boy.
I was about to say skinny people only. Like next on that one.
As a big guy,
How do you even brush your teeth in that?
you wouldn't be able to. You'd be banging the wall with your elbow, just trying to brush your teeth.
Oh, that's funny. I almost want to go there to see it. I think that's the shower right there. So you could probably take a shower.
Maybe that's the trick. You
That's
brush
the
your
trick.
teeth in the shower. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, it's saving time.
All right, we'll nix that one.
Yeah, I'm nixing that one.
Oh my goodness, what is this? A 4.2, 900 square foot. Again, how do you put 4 bedrooms in a 900 square foot house? That's quirky to begin with.
Low ceilings, pillar in the middle of your countertop.
Yeah.
Same problem brushing your teeth. If you're right-handed, I guess if you're left-handed.
Yeah, it's just, that's a low ceiling. Look how low that ceiling is. See, that's your closet. Usually you have room above that. Look at that.
That's like Willy Wonka stuff.
Yeah, this is a weekend warrior project. Someone got a 12 pack of beer and was like, "Hey, let's add on."
And I can
3
order.
more
I can sell it for
bedrooms.
$70,000 if I had more bedrooms. Yeah, I'm with you.
That's just funky looking. I don't understand that. 800 square foot, 70 grand. No, thank you. Now that we get up in the 70s, we're gonna want to see houses in the 1,000+ square footage or a lot of days in the market. 2 houses on 1 lot over a 1/4 acre, separate meters. Interesting.
So we got our mother-in-law suite, possibly,
Possibly.
and we can charge our mother-in-law rent,
Yep.
which is what every.
Now see,
Love you, Kathy.
here's the problem: is they're like, oh, it's 2 houses on 2 lots, but they're like right on top of each other. So you probably couldn't sell them separately because this house is in this one's backyard. So yeah, you'd have to consider it kind of like a mother-in-law suite of a thing. So that's interesting.
Let's check. Yeah, I kind of want to check that one out too.
Has a tenant though. I just saw that as I was clicking over. Let's see, Ballard, 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 925 square foot, built in 1956. Cozy, 3-bedroom, 1 bath. It currently rents for $725 a month. Brand new kitchen, 15 days on market. Let's take a peek. Not bad. Not bad. Ceramic tile.
You can tell you have a little fisheye action going on.
Mm-hmm.
Making it look big. Got to mark it. Got to mark it.
I mean, it's functional. It's clean. You know, you could add some flair to it. I hope I'm not going too fast. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm with you. We're cruising through it. If we like it, we'll drive by and spend more time that way.
Yeah. Right now, I'm just trying to get a feel for it. I'm not really studying the pictures too much. I'm looking for stuff that stands out.
Why would you take a picture? Wait, go back to picture 23. Why would you take a picture of a bush? Like, we have a very lovely bush.
Look, you can see a little bit of the house right here.
Zombie apocalypse. Our house is well hidden if coming from the southeast.
Yeah, let's go check that one out.
I'm going to clip that bush.
Let's see, Glade Valley, 3.2, 1,700 square foot. Now we're talking. Reduced price, approved short sale. It's another one of those short sales again. But it needs foundation. It's on a slab, needs foundation. I'm usually out. I don't like messing with slabs on foundation because what runs through your slabs?
Oh, all your plumbing,
Exactly.
possibly electric.
If it's a minor,
That's not minor.
yeah. As I go to that picture. If it's a minor job, it's not that big of a deal. But if you really have to start lifting these up, you can get into a lot of problems. I know this area. It's notorious for foundation problems. I'm going to skip it. Just not worth it. Pennystone. I love Pennystone area. Highland Hills, 4.2, 1,750 square foot. This is an auction property. It's on Hubzu.
What's Hubzu?
How do I explain? It's just an auction website. I don't know any other better way to explain it than that. It's just a website that banks list properties on that you can buy through there. The only problem is I think Hubzu has like a 5% buyer's premium, and then they have like a technology fee. And I know you can't see me, but I'm using quotes right now because it's all just a ripoff. It's hard to buy them at the right price. You may think you got a good deal. Oh, I bought it for $50,000, but you know there's another $3,000 in fees.
These, yeah. I mean, the panel ceilings.
Yeah, sometimes you can paint over these and it's not that bad. You know, like I said, we own or finance. If you're going to flip these houses, which obviously that's not what we're teaching you, but if you were to do a traditional flip, I wouldn't be looking at a lot of these houses because mainly these are going to be owner finance type properties.
I did some work on that.
Yeah, that's not bad. He's probably a tile guy it's like his trade. It's funny because you'll see some of these houses and like you could tell the guy is like, you know, a bricklayer because the brick is just everywhere. I mean, it's just over the top. Or, you know, he does ceramic tile and there's just ceramic. And a lot of times it's like all different pieces. You know, it's like he had a little bit left over from this job and then he had a little bit left over from that job.
So there's no continuity, but it looks good,
It
right?
looks good. Oh, that's actually really nice. Not bad. I think it's worth the look. What clicker? Drake Avenue. I don't like that. I don't understand what's going on there.
This probably looked like it may have been a duplex or something. They closed off.
Yeah, it's like a porch to nowhere. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm gonna nix it. Funky. Sometimes you just gotta trust your gut. Vestal, it's a good area. 3.1, 1,100 square foot. Investor special. Take a look at this canvas. Ready to be beautiful once again.
Dude, a poet. Kind of want to meet this guy.
208 days on the market.
Look, more poetry.
Yeah, custom tree. You'll need some cabinet doors, obviously. Windows.
I mean, it's not too bad. It looks like it's in decent shape.
That's a little much, but yeah, it's not that bad. It's worth taking a peek at. What's it listed at? 74, 209 days on the market. it's worth taking a look at.
Yeah. And probably improve it a lot just by mowing.
We'll jump over to a little bit of, preaching is you don't want to find all your houses on the MLS because there's, probably 500 to 1,000 other people right now looking on the MLS at probably the same properties we are because it's the easiest to do. I mean, how hard was it to open the computer, type in a couple things, and start looking at these houses? You have to look here, and you need to look here because we buy a lot of houses. But you also want to, and we'll go over a lot of this. Drive for dollars, bandit signs, mailers, Craigslist, different things like that to find properties as well. Vacant house lists and things like that. But this one, you just make it a routine. Every morning you get up, you look at your houses, and then you go look and go start your day.
Or if you're not one, you'll get an email from.
Exactly. 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 966 square foot. Property is in as-is condition. Seller will do no repairs. Currently rented. Blah blah blah. 126 days on the market. It's a good looking house. Wood floors, I like that. Man, you can refinish wood floors for about $1,000, and they are gorgeous. All we do is sand them and poly them. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what happened there.
Tile work.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely need to look at it. Red Sky, Indian Creek. I'm hit and miss on this area. 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 950 square foot. 76 days on the market. Not bad. Not bad.
Doesn't look too bad.
Fourth of
Tropical
drive-by.
feel. I like it.
I mean, we'd have to buy it for a lot cheaper than that. I'm not sure they're going to want to negotiate. Only been on the market a little over 2 months. Chalmers, Harlandale. It's a great area. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,100 square foot. Seller's in the process of making some small repairs. That's old. It says November 1st. We're in January. 76 days on the market. Some dogs.
Why'd you put the picture that you...
The heck is that?
In the garage, maybe?
I mean, it's quirky and it's listed at 75 grand. It probably needs 15,000 in rehab. I like that area, so I'm gonna click it just to go by and look at it. It's a good area. That I'm gonna pass on that. That just looks funky.
Well, again, 75,000,
Yeah,
900 square feet, and it doesn't look like a house. I mean, it looks like a
Good remodel.
storage unit. Yeah, it's probably the nicest part about it. But again, for our purposes, we're not going to be able to
Yeah, I mean,
pull that money out of there.
I've actually bought houses that have been remodeled. The investor just kind of got in over their head and they just want to dump it. And I mean, this is nicely done. They should have spent some money on some curb appeal. Motivated seller includes a chance to win a $10,000 agent bonus. Ooh.
I'm a sucker for a good bet.
I've actually made runs at some of these and got them. So I'm going to click it and just throw a low ball out there and see what they say. Because if I can buy it, turn around and sell it without touching it, that's a win-win. That's probably an $84,000 house. If I can offer them 60, 65 closing costs and then turn around and put a sign in front of it and owner finance it for 84.9, why not? Doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. This is a short sale right there. 3-1, 1,248 square foot. Waverly, it's a great area. It's a bad picture.
What are they shooting it through their car window?
Now, if you're a realtor and you're watching this is the most lazy. I mean, how do you do this and go,
hey, come on in. You can break in. Don't worry. There's no deadbolts.
I did my job today. I listed a house. I copied 3 pictures off of probably Google Earth and then had my 5-year-old go take a picture of a doorknob. Oh my God. These people are unbelievable.
All right, let's go check it out.
Yeah. I want to go see it just for fun. Tenant occupied, month to month. MTM stands for month to month. It is a 2-1, 1,100 square foot, 4 days on the market. It's a good area. I like.
Kind of a cool little porch.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of work in the backyard.
Look at that! How that slab hangs. How the house hangs over the slab. That's weird. I don't know why Why would it be like that? Curious to see why it's done like that. I've never seen that before.
I've never seen so many people in there.
Yeah, that's a lot of. There you go. Your turn to do the dishes. Microwave above there. It's amazing how some people live. All right, let's go look at it. I'm curious to see why. Oh, that's what it is.
It's like a little alcove or
Yeah.
breakfast nook or something.
Division Harlandale, 616 square foot.
See, again, the price per square foot's through the roof. I mean, the fence looks nice.
$121 before you even start rehab. Dahlgreen, I like Dahlgreen. 32,864, newly renovated. They just lowered the price, and it said price change up there. If you didn't catch that. I guess it was renovated. I mean, some of it was. It didn't look like all of it. It's not bad. I like that area. I want to go check it out. I just like the area. It's on the market for 60 days. It's a good little area. This area is hot right now. Let's see. Brook Valley, Lackland City. Again, I'm not real hot on that area. It's not bad. Lackland City's turning around. Is that a wolf blanket?
Dude.
A wolf?
I think it's an owl. Either way, it's epic.
You hang your clothes right there. Look at that roof.
Dude, hot tin roof.
I want a
man.
porch. All right, I'll do it. Let's go. I want to look at it. It's 1,200 square foot. Close enough. 3 bedroom, 1 bath. It does have a tenant though. Oh.
Another canvas, though. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Another canvas.
Your special touch. Pittystone, good area.
Yeah, there's a house on Penny Stone.
I love Pittystone area. It's hard to find houses over there that we can make money on because it is such a hot area. I mean, if you look, we're at over $100 a square foot, so we'd be wasting our time going there. But it's a good area. I mean, I'd have to buy that house for like 50 grand, 60 grand max.
And it looks pretty well kept up.
Yeah. Let's look at it. I'll try to expose you as much as I can. You know, even some of these that are borderline, at least when you get there, you'll be like, okay, I understand why, you know, and when we start submitting offers and you see them come back at full price, you know, we'll learn all that, but I'll try to not filter it at all, or at least the best I can. 21924 Nogalitos. I like that area. Here we go. Tenant occupied. Hard time to show. Tenant paying very low rent. Agreement was they were to maintain the property. They did not comply. So you've got an angry tenant, a fed up landlord, and they want to sell it
For
you know they're asking a lot of money.
$80,000, and he's probably torn it up.
But they're probably motivated. So the hard part is you can't get in. So most people aren't going to bid on it. But you know, I can look at the outside. We'll look at the pictures. I know the area. I can probably, you know, because I've done enough houses, I kind of have an idea, and I can throw an offer at them and just put like a 7-day option, which means, you know, you can do a 7-day option for like $50 on a contract. And that means in 7 days, no matter what, you can back out of the deal. You just lose your $50. And so I may hit them at like, let's just say 60 grand. They accept it. And in there I want a 7-day option contingent upon me getting inside and looking at it. I get inside it, I go, whoa, no.
Yeah, if he's just torn it up or whatever, disgruntled.
I mean, I can already tell you that at 80,000, it's overpriced.
I mean, there's some good work done in there.
No bathtub.
A well-behaved dog.
That dog.
He's been chained to that tree.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't either.
Like bowl's not all turned over. Anyways, we gotta get Sarah McLaughlin on here, start singing. Let's see, almost done. 5 more. 5479 Jose. I wonder how many people are still with us. 5479.
Stay strong, okay? Yeah. This is where the money's made. You got to push through.
3-1, 66 days in the market, 1,000 square foot, 80 grand. Kind of sits way in the back. Look at that. Look at how off that is. See that?
Yeah.
So it's like the foundation fell, and then they go, you know what? We should put a new door in there, and they cut it. Yeah, I don't like that.
From everything I've read or known, like foundation terrifies me. I guess it's not like you don't seem to be freaking out too much if it's pier and beam, which a lot of these houses look to.
It's easy.
It's easy, but yeah, for what I've heard and read and all that, for some reason, it's like don't touch a foundation.
Yeah, as a rookie, stay away from it. You know, it's something that when you have the money to lose.
Since we all have lots of money to lose.
It's not that bad. It's just, you know, there's just a lot of wild cards. I mean, you could budget a $15,000 slab foundation repair, and, you know, they call you in 2 weeks and go, all your plumbing cracked, and now we have to tunnel under the house, and it's, you know, $100 a foot or whatever it is, and, you know, now it's going to be $25,000 or $30,000, and, you know, you're upside down. So it's just something that you got to be aware of. A lot of people, you know, a lot of houses in San Antonio have foundation problems. If I'm going to have a foundation issue, I want it to be a pier and beam. Pecan Valley 3-1, 900 square foot, market on the market for 58 days. I like Highland Hills. It's a good house.
There you go. Yeah, it's pretty well maintained.
It's contemporary. You know, it's a traditional house. The ceilings look low again. Maybe not. Yeah, it's definitely one to go look at. All right, 4 more left. We probably have like one person watching it. 22618 Crater Street, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 776 square foot, $1,000 agent bonus, 213 days on the market. So over here.
So the agent bonus is saying, that's one agent saying to another agent, like, if you can sell this house, I'll give you $1,000.
Yeah, so I'm a licensed real estate broker. So the cool thing about that is when I buy houses, I get paid. I'm representing myself, so I get a 3% commission. So if I bought this house,
write that down.
I would get licensed. I would get a 3% commission, so I would get paid $2,400 plus another $1,000. So I could buy this house and they would pay me $3,400 if I paid full price, which I wouldn't. But you still get paid. I mean, we did 114 houses last year, and we got a commission on 95% of them. Let's just say our average purchase price is, let's just say $50,000. So that's $1,500 per house times 114. I mean, that's
times
just
100 houses. Yeah,
that's just free money.
Pay, get license. Write that down. Get license.
This one's clean. This one's been remodeled. I dig this one a lot. Crater. I don't like the area a whole lot, but it's definitely worth a peek. 2623 Westcott Avenue, Menifee. That's a good area. 1186 3-1. Great investment opportunity. 13 days on the market. Let's see what she looks like.
Does it make you like? Yeah, I mean, it seems high priced for
that's way overpriced.
Photos. Yeah.
13 days on the market. They're probably not gonna move. But again, let's go look at it just for you. Jupy. I love Jupy. I can tell you right now, 80,000. I'm not gonna have any room in it, or you're not gonna have any room in it, rather. But it's a big lot. This area is
great trees.
I've never had a problem selling houses in this area. I have had one burned down twice, though. Like kids didn't like. I guess it was a vacant house for a long time, and that was their little spot they went into, and did their thing. And when we went in there and rehabbed it, they didn't like that they didn't have a spot anymore, so they burned it down, burned it to the ground. Well, the back part of the house the first time. And so we fixed all that, we boarded it up and we started to fix it. We tore everything out and they came back and did it again. Burned it. So we had to just do an insurance claim on it.
So, but you have these under insurance and all that?
Oh, definitely, yeah. We've had, I think, 5 houses burned down, by arson, people going and setting them on fire.
Dude, that's crazy.
Kids.
Dude, like, I'm just thinking about how bad my mother would whoop me if she found out that I had purposely burnt a house down. Yeah, but that's where I used to hang out, smoking cigarettes.
Yeah. Well, they do them more than cigarettes.
Yeah, I figured, but.
Harlandale. I like Harlandale. 3-1, 1,100 square foot. It's pushing it at 80 grand. But I really like that area. I think that's one that we can go look at. And, all right, so we're done. So we went through 55 houses. I don't know how long it took us, maybe an hour. And so what we would do here is obviously you'd be getting them emailed, but if you did have,
But when I email them,
I go to quick print, and sometimes this is quirky, and then I go to PDF, mail PDF. If I had a printer like right in front of me right now, that's what I would do. But I'm gonna go to mail PDF. So we'll go back here. We're gonna go to. I'll show you how to do the map. So now you can see all these properties that we got to look at, and they're all on a map. We've got 32 properties. You're not gonna be able to look at 32 houses in a day. This is gonna be like a 2 or 3 day deal. You can, but you're not gonna look at them very well if you do. So I'll try to get this the best I can. Looks like that's gonna be about it. Some of these you just gotta kind of guess on numbers or write them down like right now. But you can kind of see where your houses are. I'll print this off as well. I'll go up here and say print map and listings, and that way I know where everything is at. And that's it. You're just gonna want to
Time to get in the car.
print those out, and then we'll go.
So step 1, MLS, go through them, do your best you can. You got to go look at them regardless, but just kind of get rid of all the riffraff crap right off the top, and then come back and we're going to figure it out.
Exactly. Yep.
Cool. So guys, we're going to print this out. We're going to get on the road. We're going to go get in the car. We're going to see what we can find. Hopefully we find some stuff we like. Yeah. If not, we'll hit the round 2. We'll figure out another way to do about doing this. So stay tuned. We're going to go get in the car.